Namaste, I'm Shivani. Welcome one more time to my YouTube channel, Sanskrit Mantras. Today, Wednesday, we continue with our series of alignment of each chakra through mantras, the chakras located at the along the spine. We already learned the mantras for the 7 main chakras, but there are other 2 chakras also along the spine that I consider as important as the other 7. I've taught before in this channel that the human body has over 500 chakras. Chakras are wheels of energy, and the subtle body has a system of nadis or channels, and the intersection of those channels are the wheels of energy called chakras. There are many chakras, like I said, over 500, but the main ones through the main channels, the Sushumna, Ida, and Pingala, are the 7 main chakras because it's the intersection of those 3 channels. I've explained this before in the first video of this channel. You can go back and watch it. And but there are another 2 mantras, and there may be more, chakras, maybe more in this along the spine, along the Sushumna channel. But these 2 I consider particularly important to me. So even when I make my chakra malas, I make them with 9 chakras. And actually, because 9 is also a multiple, 108 is a multiple of 9. You know, I would like to tell a little story here. When I was thinking about making a chakra mala, I was looking up online and in stores, chakra malas, and they will represent the 7 main chakras. And then because 108 is not a multiple of 7, then they were very odd because they would start with 7 and 7 and 7, and there were a few left to make the 108, or they were divided differently and they used dividers or other, colors or stones or beads that represented God knows what. And I didn't like any of the mantras, the malas that I have seen. So what I thought, okay, so we have so many chakras in the body, I bet there must be another 2 to complete 9 chakras. They're as important as the other 7. So I need to find out which ones they are. So I asked Namadeva, my beloved teacher Namadeva, and he said, I'm going to be very honest, I wouldn't know which ones to tell you. But what I'll tell you is to ask your intuition, ask the divine to guide you and to give you that answer. Just ask the question, you will get the answer. So that's what I did. In one day that I was looking for a particular book that Guruji, Sadhguru Sankeshwada, wrote called The Mysterious Shakti Kundalini. And I found it online and I ordered it. It was a used copy and it wasn't in very good shape. But the strangest thing happened. God speaks in mysterious ways. What happened is when I received the book, I was very excited. And the first thing, I opened the book and I see an image of a man sitting in lotus with the representations of the chakras along the spine. And guess how many there were? There were 9. So I found my extra 2 chakras. I found my 9 chakras that I needed to represent it in my chakra malas. And these are the 9 chakras that I am teaching how to activate in this channel, in this series. So the next one, it's a very dear to me and very important chakra. It's called the Hridaya chakra. The Hridaya chakra is also known as the sacred heart. It is debatable as to where exactly it's located. What I have learned, it is located between, I believe, the heart chakra and the solar plexus, between Manipura and I forget the name, the heart chakra. Anahata chakra, sorry, I had a blank. So more or less in between those two, along the spine, we find the sacred heart. The sacred heart is the connection, is our connection with our innermost self, and also therefore with the divine. There is an ashram in Maine called the Hridaya ashram, and I used to go there when I lived in Massachusetts, and I love that ashram and everybody involved in that live in the ashram. And they do, very heavy duty practices around the Hridaya, and is related to Bushunda, which is an illuminated crow. And one of the representations, I do not have a drawn representation of this chakra, but you can look it up, and it has the tree of life in it, and it's very interesting. So this chakra, the seed sound is Hrim, and I've been taught since the very beginning of my learning and journey learning Sanskrit mantras that the seed sound Hrim, we use it to clear our malas. First, what we do is we chant the seed sound Hrim to each one of the beads in the mala to connect, to tune the mala to us, to our Hridaya chakra, and to our innermost beings, to make it our mala. Hrim, 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 each one of the beads, Hrim, Hrim, Hrim. When you feel that your mala is heavy energetically, or it fell on the floor, or somebody else that you didn't like the energy touched your mala, you go around. You can clear the malas with the moonlight or the full moon. I wouldn't advise to clean them actually with soap and water, because the thread will rot. You can damp a little cloth with lukewarm water and kind of clean them, but not soak them in water. But to clean them energetically, Hrim, Hrim, Hrim seed sound is the best. And we find this seed sound Hrim, in many of the mantras that we've learned here. The two main mantras to activate this chakra, I have taught one of them, which is I've taught it under the title mantra to activate, or mantra for the sacred heart, which is the Hridaya chakra. And the other one, the first one that I'm going to teach here today, and I'm going to chant 108 times, is Om Padma Sundarye Namaha. Om and salutations to she who personifies beauty. This is an extreme love mantra, inner love, that is related obviously to the sacred heart. And the second one I have taught here, and I will put the link to the video where I taught it in the description box of this video, and it's Hrim Shrim Klim Parameshwari Swaha. Hrim Shrim Klim Parameshwari Swaha. Chanting this mantra brings the Kundalini all the way up to the top of the head. So let's chant 108 times. The first one, Om Padma Sundarye Namaha. And here we go. Om Padma Sundarye Namaha. 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 Om Padmasundariye 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 Namaha. Om Padma Sundaryai 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 Namaha. Que tengas una jornada llena de bendiciones. May you have a blessed day. Tatastu.